According to research, companies with strong financial performance have employees with high levels of self-awareness. Yet self-awareness tends to be in low supply amongst leaders in different organizations. Hence the reason today we'll be discussing self-awareness in leadership. This is a very major aspect of emotional intelligence that a lot of people downplay. My name is Ebonlo Adosumu and this is Business Headroom.
When HR refuses to learn and deliver agile practices, it cripples an organization's swiftness. But how can we deliver on what we haven't mastered? Join our upcoming conference, themed The HR Agilist, and master the art of agile cultural transformation. Speaking Ajibola Bamidele, Certified Scrum Master and Agile Certified Practitioner. Date 30th of October 2021. Venue Radisson Blue Hotel, Ikeja, Lagos. Time 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Fee 40,000 naira. Register on or before the 20th of October to enjoy 40% discount and earn 10 HR recertification units. Remember, Agile is a mindset. Using the old HR ways to manage a new HR world will kill your business. Register now.
Welcome back to the show. It is still Business Headroom. And before we went on a break, I told you that today we'll be discussing an important aspect of emotional intelligence, which is self-awareness. And joining me as always to shed some light on this topic is Ajibola Bamidele. Thank you so much for joining us again today.
Thank you for having me again.
All right. So, today we are discussing self-awareness. And according to a research on Forbes, it says that self-awareness is not really spoken of. And then it's also in short supply amongst leaders. But let's talk about what self-awareness really is.
Yeah, number one, you said it's in short supply. But I feel I want to justify that because most leaders, most times before we get to promote people as leaders, they're just meant to deliver based on their own goals. So most times it's because we've promoted people that were good for their own goals. But when it comes to self-awareness and leadership, you're looking at how the way I behave, the way I think, the way I act, how does it affect other people? Now, when you're working alone, does not affect
It does not
anybody.
really affect anybody.
Just like you're working in your reading room alone,
What's
and you have to fart. It doesn't affect anybody, so you might decide not to fart in the public.
okay?
But in the public, after farting, how does it affect people?
Okay,
That's self-awareness.
but if you're a member of a team, for instance,
Okay.
you're working with people.
Okay.
So even if you're not the leader in that team at the moment, you're still
Yeah.
working with people. So doesn't it affect the people that you're working with?
Yeah, because you see, now don't forget, I'm coming from the perspective of everyone is a leader. On a team, because you have your goal. So you're leading, and whatever it is, there's what we call hermits. Hermits are people that stay on the mountain and they don't see any human being. So if you're like a hermit, you don't need to be self-aware. Because you're affecting nobody than yourself.
True.
But when you start working with people, either you're leading people or you're working as a team, whatever you do, your thoughts, your words, your actions,
your inactions. Begin to affect.
you're not knowing affect other people.
True.
So we not being aware of your skills. Okay, this is how I'm thinking now, and this is how I'm thinking is affecting. This is how I talk. This is how I talk. This is how it's affecting other people, and you don't know it. That means you cannot generate the right response. You don't even know whether the kind of speech you want to give today, how will they take it? You don't know how to. You won't be able to choose right words. You'll be able to choose. You'll be crippled of even knowing who you need, because you don't know your strength. You don't know your weakness. So as a leader, you want your team to be rounded. So I know my strength. So what do I need? Oh, I need this kind of person, so that I won't be duplicating and having photocopy of self. So we make wrong choices without being aware. And in leadership, you need self-awareness as a bedrock.
Okay. Wow. I like the foundation, right? I like how we started this. I like that you also already buttressed some points on self-awareness. But I want us to like break it down to you guys. What exactly is self-awareness? In your own words, in the simplest words ever.
In the simplest word, I remember this guy that said, I forgot the name, he said, man, know thyself. So if I'm feeling happy, I know now how I feel. I know what leads to how I feel. I know what makes me behave this way. If I'm not upbeat, I know why. It's like, what's wrong with you? Say, I don't know. Say, I'm not just feeling myself. That means you are slave to self. That's a problem. You're a prisoner. No understanding what you are now feeling now, how you are behaving. Some people just come into a room and things just change. And everybody cannot talk again. And everybody just sad. Everybody, you just wonder, hey, am I the one that said anybody should be sad? But you should know. So you're not even aware. Even when they're telling you, you start arguing, you start saying, hey, no, I'm not. It shows how, should I say, how illiterate you are. You're not of yourself.
You even hear some people, sometimes when somebody says, you are this way, and they're saying, really? Am I like that? I don't know. Like, they don't even know themselves so well to know that, okay, no, that's not me you're talking about. They depend on other people to even dictate who they are to themselves. So for me, the way I see self-awareness is, I look at it like a mirror. So self-awareness, this is who I am. That image, that depiction. So I have this image, I want us to project it, of a person just looking at himself. So the entirety of yourself, understanding you and your being. So thank you so much for, explaining what self-awareness is to us. Now, I'd like us to talk about some traits, right? The traits that self-aware leaders possess. And I would like for you to use examples.
Okay, so when you get to a space, you cannot observe, where you should sit, where not to sit, where you want your phone rings and you just pick and you don't even care. Have you not seen you in the bus and somebody just talking, mommy, oh, come here, and you're not aware of how inconveniencing that is. You're not aware. So those are like you parked in front of somebody's gate, and you don't even know that you're parking in front of the gate, and you can't think about how it's going to impact somebody else, and you're not just aware. And you tell them, why we shut up? You see some people that you're even correcting and start shouting, getting angry. So it means that's also so. Self-awareness leaders are very observant. They can see between the lines. They can see things that are unsaid. When they get to an environment, they can sense. They have a feel of what's happening. They are perceptive. They know. Now, when I say perceptive, I mean they can determine the end of what they want to do from the beginning. Now, they are people that reflect. They can reflect on things. They just feel, man, they are there. They can look at things and check back and check out, man, I call it retrospective thinking. They do that a lot. Yeah. And they're humble. They're humble in the sense that they believe they're not 100% in everything.
They're ready to take corrections.
They're willing to take correction. And the one that will believe is adaptive. Adaptive means, there's what we call the golden rule, treating people the way you want to be treated. Self-aware people don't believe you should treat people the way they want to be treated. You should treat people the way they want to be treated, not you want to be. That's platinum rule. So it means that they will be adaptable in the sense that, okay, this person wants it this way. Okay, this is how I can work with this person to achieve this goal. So they can change their form. They're not just rigid. This is the way I talk. It's either you take it or not. People know me and get angry. People know this is how I talk. It's amazing when you see leaders
like that
talk that way.
So I think this is where this fixed mindset and growth mindset comes to play.
Excellent.
Amazing.
Excellent.
Okay. All right. So, I mean, we've talked about what self-awareness is, and we already know that it's important as a leader
Yeah.
to be self-aware.
Yeah.
But to what extent does this self-awareness impact on leadership?
There's no leadership without self-awareness.
So wait, are you trying to say that it's not possible for one to attain the level of leadership without being a self-aware person?
When you say leadership, please, I want to be very clear. Some people have been promoted to leadership positions, but they are not leaders. Leadership, well, some people define leadership as influence. So it means, are you really influencing people? So if you're not really influencing anybody, even when you're at the top, you say, who are the leaders? I don't expect someone that is in position to raise up their hands. So when we talk about leadership, I see it as you can never be a leader. That means you can never influence people towards a goal without you understanding that you are a keeper and you need a striker. So you know that I'm very good at this. Man, this is what I lack. Wow, so I need to choose a team member that has this so that we can win. So because if a leader now feels he's everything, he works egoistic everywhere, he feels is the alpha and omega, it shows that person does not know, does not have self-awareness. We shouldn't have made that person a leader in the first place.
Wow. Okay. So I would like to also ask you for, some of the benefits that we can enjoy. We talked about the impacts that it has on leadership. Okay, so let's talk about the benefits of self-awareness. Being a leader, that is very self-aware. What are some of the things that I stand to enjoy?
Number one, you'll be able to play your role as a leader. That is to influence people towards a goal, to make them get engaged. And that's a benefit you cannot downplay. And the second thing is...
And I mean, that's the whole essence of coming together in the first place. Together, everybody wants to achieve a certain goal.
So because they are now engaged, then your team will be more productive.
True.
Then if they're more productive, then your company will be more profitable.
True.
True.
Because, I saw a particular research, I think it was on Forbes, I saw it, that companies or organizations that have strong financial... that are they're big on their finances, that they're doing well financially, that it's because they have a lot of employees or leaders who have,
of course, because
high level of self-awareness.
Excellent, because they will have strong teamwork. Now, I know, man, this is how this guy is thinking now, so this is the best way to work with him. So now, because of that, we can have more oneness, then we can achieve a goal more. Together, everyone achieves more. So, because we are all self-aware, so imagine everybody is now self-aware. There's peace. Everything work well. Because you know that what I'm about to do, these are impacts. So you see me, when I'm somewhere, I'm already aware of, how does this impact on this? So a leader that is coming late, that scheduled a meeting and did not come to time, he's not self-aware. He doesn't know that if you can fail, you don't have integrity when it comes to the time you have set. But you want people to be loyal to the goal you set. How? Failure is few errors in judgment committed every day. So how you're failing in bits. So those things have a lot of impact on your team productivity.
All right. So, what are some factors that can hinder someone or a leader from being self-aware? Do you think it could be like maybe background issues, or what are some of the things that can hinder a leader?
Okay, I love but I don't really want to say background because we should form ourselves. Where I came from said, if you don't give back to you well, then you will reform yourself. You reform yourself in alignment to the goals you want to achieve. So we should not be victims of nature, but of nurture. So I believe that it's not by birth. Okay, of course, we're social beings.
Yeah.
We learn from everybody around us. So
Yeah.
if you grew up with an old woman that is very self-aware, people start seeing how you behave.
Yeah.
So I feel social learning you can learn from other people. So I'm not taking that down, but not by traits. Okay, what we picked. Then one major reason why people will not be self-aware is what we call heuristics. Heuristics is people run by rule of thumb, but they don't necessarily have to prove everything again. They just assume that I'm talking to my subjects and everyone should listen to me that way, and that's all. And I just talk anyhow. So because you run and the person does not know. Now, number two is people that lack the growth mindset.
Yeah.
Every single day I tell myself, Jibola, you're a work in progress. In fact, I remember the words of Rosenberg Marshall or something that said, the goal of life is not to be perfect. It's to be progressively less stupid. So it means that there's some areas of my life that I'm stupid.
Yeah.
So when a leader cannot accept his stupidity, that, oh, I'm growing. Even when they've made me to lead now, I have weak areas.
Yeah.
I have this. So a leader with the growth mindset, will check back. Sorry, how did you how are you seeing me? How did I behave? Because he wants to grow. He needs feedback to see how. So that will make him reflect on the past, the present, and the future. Because he has a growth mindset. So, and one also, ego. Ego, somebody ego, but walking around in arrogance, full of self will make you a fool. So, when you're too full
you need to capture that quote. When you're full of yourself, you become a fool.
So when people, I know people that when you challenge what they're saying, they feel horrible.
Yeah.
They feel, who are you to? It shows they're not aware. They're not aware that there are different levels in the world. So you're more open to want to hear from other people. Yeah. And these are issues that lead to self-awareness. And lack of self-awareness. These are problems that can stop people from being self-aware. Because I've seen that almost everywhere.
Wow. Okay, seeing that, there's so many things. I know of self-urging too. You talked about heuristics. You talked about ego. You've listed some of the things that can hinder or stifle self-awareness in a leader or even in human beings generally. So you feel like you're watching this right now and you're like, they're talking to me. I feel like all of these things that have been mentioned, they're addressing some weaknesses that I feel that I have, and I would like to improve. I would like to become more self-aware. So I'd like to ask you, what are some of the ways, practical ways that we can learn to be more self-aware?
Okay, so number one, try to get people around that trusted people that you can talk to, that you can listen
trusted people. People that you probably look up to, not people exactly
that can tell you, you're not doing well here. And also try to see how people react around you. The feeds you are getting from people. And don't say that's about me. That's me. That's a problem.
That's why.
Because sometimes we dwell in we justify a self that is far from the reality that our future requires. So we just want to justify it because we want to change, because we've been used to it. So be willing to change. Okay? And also, one of the ways you can also strengthen your EI, your self-awareness is that always be willing to ask questions.
True.
From people and get feeds and try to practice a bit of empathy. Empathy talks about trying to see how your actions affect people. The empathy means taking the pulse of other people, feelings of what. So if you're not and also reflect, spend more time to do continuous reflection about things and see how you're getting. You want to achieve a goal, you're not achieving it. Sit down, think about it. What should I have done differently? What should I have done differently? Because it takes two to tango. For anything that is going wrong, you also have something. I didn't cause it. Anybody does, two things are happening. I say, there's nothing I did wrong. That person is not self-aware. No matter what it is, that you even started arguing with that person means that you are wrong. Why do you argue with a fool? Can you see a madman on the road and start arguing? Say, but we argue, but why did you have to go into that? So it's because you're not also. So we need to be open. And I feel and continually be humble. There's so many things we talk about self-awareness, and always after I mentioned it, ask questions. I feel there's so many things I can't remember. I can say state.
So I feel like another way that people can, learn to be more self-aware is, change your mindset. Change your mindset. Believe that you can constantly and continuously on a daily become, be better, do something differently, try out new things. And then I feel like that's one way that you can become a self.
And get feeds.
Yeah.
Get feeds.
Yeah.
See whether you're achieving your results.
Yeah.
What are people saying about you? Don't say it doesn't count. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I've seen people say it doesn't matter. Matter is something that has weight. You should know the matter has weight and occupies space. So everything matters in life. And pick all those things and start telling yourself every time you're a work in progress.
True.
You want to be better. You want to be better aware. So when you're even not joyful and you're not aware, you need to find out.
Ask questions. Ask questions. And then, I sometimes just stumble on things and then I just pick them online and read, just feed on. And then I saw something that's also helped me. So instead of asking questions like, why did this happen? Ask yourself, what can I do? So ask more of the what than the why. So because the why helps you to find the problem and it helps you to focus, yes. But don't stop there.
Take next step.
Exactly. So don't stop at why. Don't stop at the why because that only helps you to focus on the problem. Ask yourself, what can I do to be better? What should I do in this situation next time? How can I improve myself? So ask yourself more what, how, after knowing the why. Don't just stop at the why, right? And I mean, thank you so much. I've had a great time, learning about self-awareness, especially in leadership, how to, improve myself, how to learn practical ways to become more self-aware. And then there's something I would like to leave you with, they say you cannot conquer the world. I think it was Giblo I heard this from. You cannot conquer the world until you have conquered yourself. And the only way you can conquer self is by self-mastery, becoming self-aware, understanding you before you can do anything for the world. So thank you so much for staying with us till the very end of the show. And thank you so much for watching Business Headroom. Don't forget that you can follow us on all of our social media platforms at We Are Seed Academy. And also, don't forget to subscribe. We would like for you to also share this video with your friends, like, comment, and we will see you next time. My name remains Ebonu Adusumu and is Ajibola Bamidele. Thank you and have a great day.
Seed Academy, your growth partner.